Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. BNB alum Kimberlin Brown proves she can run, but she can't hide. Kimberlin Brown might be gone from the bold and the beautiful. However, the Sheila Carter portrayer just came to the realization that while she can leave the soap won't leave her. Brown took to Instagram to share a clip of herself in front of a TV. Who was on that TV? Why, none other than BNB's Tanner Novlin, Finn. Brown's TV son is in a recognizable Liberty Mutual commercial where he has a tough time saying the words. Brown captioned the clip, "No words, face without mouth, Tanner Novlin." What I love about this commercial is we get to see the goofy side of this guy. But this show is not the same without Sheila Carter in it. Others pointed out how much they miss Sheila on BNB. Your son misses you. Please come back, begged one viewer. Waiting for one of my favorite actresses to come back. Redheart, another wrote. At least a few people who replied let Brown know that Sheila fans aren't quite sure that it was Sheila who died on the soap. We miss you. Kimberlin Brown, us diehard Sheila fans believe you are not dead. Thinking face, hugging face. Redheart, how could that be? Well, we have one theory on Sheila's death here. I predict that Sheila will return in dramatic fashion during May sweeps. The show is already getting stale without Sheila, another viewer suggested. Do you think Sheila finally met her demise on BNB? The actress just bought a new home out of state. Just for fun, check out Novlin's performances in the hilarious commercial clips below. Is this the real reason Hope rejected Thomas on BNB? The fallout of Hope rejecting Thomas unfolded in the Tuesday, March 19 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. The wounded designer looked a bit stunned. He didn't see her rejection coming after he and Hope recently celebrated their game-changing time in Rome. Meanwhile, Hope turned to her mom. She was in tears as she expressed her hurt having to turn down Thomas. There are several scenarios in which Hope saying no to Thomas may make sense. Let's break those reasons down. Hope, Annika Noel, is not ready, which is the line she's been going with ever since Thomas, Matthew Atkinson, popped the question the last time. Do you blame her? Her toxic marriage to Liam, Scott Clifton, is a thing of the past. But it hasn't been over that long. What's wrong with being together and being a family without saying the I dose? What's wrong with waiting until each party is ready to walk down the proverbial aisle? The idea of making that much of a commitment is going to cause a measure of undue anxiety and stress. Keep the pressure off and let things happen organically. This might be where Hope is mentally and emotionally. Thomas has been giving her the hard sell. Saying no took a lot of courage, so she must have meant it. However, if Thomas really thought about it, Hope made a huge step. She told him she loved him. She hadn't really ever done that before. That in and of itself should be celebrated, and together, they can coast on that until Hope is ready to get married, if she ever gets to that place. Well, maybe Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, is right, and Hope decides to rebel against everything marriage is about. Forget about love, commitment, and finding Mr. Right. It's all about Mr. Right now. Hope knows Thomas is a captive audience. He's gaga for her in every way. In fact, he'll love her unconditionally even if she doesn't respond in kind, right? Why fall in love when she doesn't have to work for his love at all? Hope, check out Annika Noel talking about her 6 years on BNB here, didn't even put his ring on her finger. She strung him along and, of course, she was going to dump him and hurt him once she was done with him. So is Steffi right to tell Thomas to dump Hope once and for all, because Hope doesn't love him even 1 ounce? Everybody knows that Liam hates Thomas. Also, everybody knows that, currently, Liam is outside the relationship bubble looking in, which means Finn, Tanner Novlin, is with Steffi while Thomas is with Hope. Liam only has eyes for Steffi, which means mostly good things for Thomas. Because Liam only complains that he hates Thomas and Hope together, he's not actively trying to break them up. Not like he tries to do with Finn and Steffi. Having said that, he has plenty of opinions on Hope and Thomas. The biggest is he doesn't want them together. He doesn't think Thomas deserves Hope at all. No scenario for him will ever deem Thomas a good guy. Plus, he's worried that if Thomas and Hope break up, Thomas will break badly like he has in the past. Regardless, Carter, Lawrence St. Victor, who's inspired by his B&B family, thinks Liam feels Hope is setting up Thomas for a huge disappointment. A disappointed Thomas makes for a happy Liam. Like Steffi, Liam isn't convinced for 1 second that Hope loves Thomas. Liam won't even let his brain entertain the thought. This scenario hasn't been introduced on the show, it's just a wild speculation. Even though Hope has said she completely trusts Thomas, it's possible there's always been a doubt in her mind, especially after the whole Emma, Nia Sue, / Xander, Adane Bradley, situation somewhat recently reared its ugly head. So, Hope decides to say no to Thomas's proposal and then sits back to see how Thomas reacts. If the work he's done on himself has truly taken hold, then Thomas will deal with the rejection like anybody else, and Hope can reunite with him knowing he's the man she thought he was. If not, then let your imagination run wild as dark, Thomas returns. What scenario do you think is at play here? Do you have your own theory or scenario? What do you hope happens? Leave a comment below. In the heart of Los Angeles, where dreams collided with reality on the stage of life, there existed a realm of passion, deception, and unyielding love, a world captured within the confines of the beloved soap opera, The Bold and the Beautiful. Here, amidst the glamour of the fashion industry and the intricate web of familial ties, one woman's journey would stand as a testament to the complexities of the human heart. Hope Logan, with her ethereal beauty and unwavering spirit, had long been a central figure in the tumultuous landscape of the bold and the beautiful. Her life had been a tapestry woven with threads of love and loss, betrayal and redemption. But perhaps none had tested her resolve quite like the enigmatic Thomas Forrester. Thomas, the brooding and charismatic scion of the esteemed Forrester family, had always been a figure of intrigue in Hope's world. From their earliest encounters, there had been a spark between them, a connection that transcended words and ignited the very air around them with its intensity. But for Hope, the allure of Thomas was a double-edged sword, for she knew all too well the dangers of succumbing to his charms. As Hope stood before Thomas, her heart in turmoil and her mind awash with conflicting emotions, she knew that the decision she was about to make would shape the course of her destiny. For weeks, she had wrestled with her feelings for Thomas, torn between the undeniable chemistry that crackled between them and the haunting memories of past betrayals. But now, as she looked into his soulful eyes and felt the weight of his gaze upon her, she knew that she could no longer deny the truth that lay buried within her heart. She loved Thomas, loved him with a fierceness that defied reason and logic, loved him despite the scars of the past that still haunted her dreams. And yet, even as Hope's heart whispered his name, her mind screamed a warning born of bitter experience and shattered trust. For Thomas was not just a man, he was a force of nature, a tempest waiting to unleash its fury upon the unsuspecting shores of her heart. And though she longed to surrender to the storm, to lose herself in the tumult of passion and desire, she knew that she could not if she wished to protect the fragile pieces of her soul that still remained untouched by the ravages of love. So, with a heavy heart and tears glistening in her eyes, Hope made her choice. She rejected Thomas, not out of spite or malice, but out of a deep and abiding love that transcended the boundaries of their fleeting romance. For she knew that to love Thomas was to court disaster, to dance upon the precipice of oblivion, and she could not bear to risk the safety of her heart for the promise of a love that may never be. The warmth of his embrace and